You're listening to the Podcast Detroit Network. Visit www.podcastdetroit.com for more information.
Hello, and we're back. It's Pat and Devon, and with a new speaking role, I'd like to introduce our intern, Mario.
Finally have the duct tape off my mouth. It's fantastic. I love it.
Mario, welcome to the program.
You can tell he's a little shook talking in the microphone for the first time. His voice may crack a few times, but he's going to be fact-checking for us because... facts do matter. We want to make sure that we give you guys the right information on how much people are worth and how much divorce settlements are. So that's what he'll be here for.
Fact checker role is so big now that it required a speaking role.
Exactly.
Double duty.
So yeah,
Attaboy.
Shout out. We're at Podcast Detroit. Shout out Sports Radio Detroit.
Yep.
We're here with another installation of soccer goodness.
The Spice Report.
Yeah, it's basically all we got. There wasn't.
No, that's not all we got.
No,
We have a lot.
There's a lot going on.
Real talk. I was real nervous. I didn't send the outline out until today because I didn't know what we were going to talk about, and then everything kind of just fell into place perfectly. So
yeah, it definitely did.
So yeah, let's get into it. We're going to get that with that spicy shit first off and foremost. Let's just talk about Catalan. What's going on in Spain, man?
That's crazy. So I mean, the couple links we got here. Barcelona playing in front of a closed stadium. That's crazy. That shit looks eerie.
Yeah, it was real spooky. Well,
so they played on the day of the referendum vote when police were outside beating people up for trying to vote.
Yeah.
And they decided to close the stadium because, there were so many different threats of pitch invasions, and they thought it was just going to get too crazy to have whatever that is, 95, 100,000 people in the same place getting too rowdy. So they wouldn't let them cancel the game, so they had to play it in a closed stadium. It was weird.
It was very, very weird. And there are some clips out there like floating around with like you being able to hear what the players are saying. And you should probably look at that because Suarez he's amazing. Everyone is cursing him out. He's cursing himself out. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I don't know. So, anyways,
that's still not resolved either. What Catalan's going to do?
That's going to take years.
Yeah, it's a pretty weird thing, and it's
like I was reading up on that a little bit, and they have to go. They had what, like a 40% voter turnout?
Yeah.
So even out of that, like they're like, oh, it was a 90% vote to secede, but 90% of 40%, like that's
it doesn't summarize.
No.
At first, I'm like, wow, dude, 90%, like they're definitely out. And then you figure out how much the turnout was, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people didn't want to get their skulls bashed in, so that was like,
so they were like, you know what, fuck it, I'll head back on this one.
Yeah, I'll wait till they organize this a little bit more. And I don't even know, like, really what Catalan, like what they have to win with this independence. I didn't know
it was
that.
a lot bigger.
Yeah, it's really not a lot of area. Maybe they want Uber there, and it's like the rest of Spain doesn't. It could be, it's weird. So it's definitely been playing out in front, and it's important because Barca played in an empty stadium, and one of the most outspoken members for independence is Gerard Piqué. Yeah. And he's not being received very well. It's
not going over great.
Yeah, it's not a popular opinion for them to secede, and he had to deal with it all throughout international break.
No, I honestly thought that was like a third of the country, but it's like one of their states that's trying to get out. So
yeah,
from what I understand, they own a lot of manufacturing there. Like a lot of Spain is pretty rural and still farming, so they have they're generating a lot of money. So like financially, it's feasible.
They want a bigger piece of the pie.
Sure,
they want to keep more.
Yeah. They're sick of having to pay, the majority of the tax revenue and then have it dispersed around the country.
Yeah. And Piqué's a huge proponent of that, and he was being jeered, I think, all week.
Yeah, I mean, this happened right before the international break, so he goes straight from that day, closed stadium, very strange. He's from Catalonia, right into the Spanish national team, and it didn't go well because they wanted a statement from him like day one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he came out in favor of it because why not? I mean, you say
He
what you
voted.
want,
He
right?
voted too.
Right. So that's not going over great. You know, and they're worried about it breaking up the camp. I think that's stupid to me. You know, he's here to play. They've got so many guys. Like, that would be dumb.
Yeah, he was threatening to retire because he was being jeered by your country mates was kind of rough on him.
Yeah, at like a practice.
Yeah, at a practice, and it seems like him and Sergio Ramos don't really fuck with each other anyway. So it's like,
oh, they're not friends.
Yeah.
Were they though?
I don't think they ever were.
Yeah.
I think that PK's kind of like a people love to hate him. It's kind of like
absolutely, dude.
So it could be whatever it is. but I
Ramos
think-
is like that too, though.
Yeah.
I think everybody loves to hate that dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
I kind of hate that dude,
Well, yeah, he's
but
got.
I also sort of don't.
Yeah, so I think that PK realized that he's probably going to get taunted no matter what, and I guess that it can be frustrating that you're a national team, but you're not going to lose your spot over it. And this is going to be a thing that's not going to be resolved anytime soon.
No, this is probably going to go on past when he's done. You know, when he's playing in MLS.
Exactly, and he flipped like as soon as he was threatening to retire, and like when it first hit, and then by the time the weekend was over, he was saying that he's there.
He
He's in
completely
it.
did a
Yeah,
180.
he's in it until like he retires. So it's something to look out for. I don't really know what the ramifications are going to have for the rest of the year. It was just definitely interesting seeing.
Very weird.
It was really weird to see, and it's something that I guess in that aspect, I hope I don't see it again because that means that like people are just being attacked by their own country.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, I guess like when you really think about it, like they were a dictatorship. I mean, into the 80s, but it's
Yeah.
like, dude, I kind of thought Spain was past that.
yeah, that's what NFL games are going to look like when everyone stops getting upset with them. Like they can't take the kneeling anymore, and they just stop going.
Yeah, they just stopped going to just be empty stadiums.
Yeah.
like Michigan State football last year.
I think that's my favorite thing. There's like this weird like racist Venn diagram between black people boycotting because of Kaepernick and like white people boycotting because of kneeling. That is just like, that is like so amazing to me. And
Yes.
so yeah, we might be watching the Lions in an empty stadium on Thanksgiving coming soon. So
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that before.
So yeah, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back home side to everyone's favorite, Leon's favorite, Alex Morgan.
Miss Alex Morgan.
Yeah, she turned up.
Yeah, she did. So they were partying in Epcot. Like that. How good a start is that to the story?
It was a theme party too. Didn't they have like?
Yeah.
Party at Disney World.
Yeah,
there we go.
they were getting saucy. Yeah, and they were just raging in like a theme bar
Yes, they.
at Epcot and just got too rowdy and were like yelling at staff and
Yep.
people don't fuck around at Epcot, I guess, because they just
No.
called the police. Got
called-
them thrown out.
I think my favorite thing about the whole Alex Morgan thing is her shouting out that she knows the Orlando SWAT team.
I know.
That is like,
It's like you hear that and you're like, I knew that girl was a bitch.
no, but that's like the perfect. Like I know at every major college that you've been to, everyone knows that girl that she gets way too drunk and then starts shouting out the bouncers that she knows
Yes.
to keep her from getting kicked out.
Yes, definitely.
It's like, ma'am, you pissed on the dance floor. You have to go.
Yeah, you can't stay. You just pee.
I know the Orlando SWAT team.
You still just peed in the middle of the bar. You have to go.
Yeah, now it's a health issue. You can't.
Oh, Alex Morgan has a health issue.
Oh man, you know that Alex Morgan is the kind of girl that definitely would bring a boxed wine into the bar in like one of her purses, take
then get paid.
it out, take the bag out, and then just siphon it through her purse.
And
Yeah.
like and then get pissed when they found it and threw her out.
What the fuck, you guys? All the money I spend in here?
I'm just trying to have fun. Yeah.
Fuck you guys. So yeah, she's
That's
armed.
basically what she did. That's basically the
exactly
gist of
what
the
she
story.
did. But
she blacked
did it at-
out. Yeah.
she did it at Epcot.
I don't know, dude. If you live in Orlando,
Yeah, what else do you do?
Right. What? That's the spot.
And I think that it's pretty interesting because, you know, she's kind of like, she's super, super popular, really well known. She's got a lot of sponsors.
Face of the franchise.
Yeah, so she's definitely losing out on a lot of sponsorship. I know for a fact that there's she's gonna be losing one coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Not at liberty to say, but like it was no bueno.
I don't know. I mean, Tiger Woods is all right.
Yeah, Tiger Woods is okay. I'm sure that like she'll be
all right.
She'll bounce back. I just think that it's just more embarrassing. But like how old is Alex Morgan? She's 26.
Yeah, 26, 27, something like that.
We got Mario looking at
Yes.
that. But that's what
Get it, Mario.
yeah,
I got this.
we got the guy. He's on the Googles now. But
close enough. Almost 30.
Almost 30. Oh, damn. She might be
Nice.
too old to be doing that then, man.
No, man.
I was like going to say, like, let the young girl rumble, but like she's 30. But
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Pat, just because you would get fucked up at Epcot and get thrown out doesn't mean.
Yeah, I definitely would.
Like, that's not. We already know that your
Walking
life
out.
is just barely hanging on by a thread.
Walking
so that's
out
not.
like, fuck Epcot.
I'm not coming back here ever again anyway.
I've been to Epcot already. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I sympathize.
Yeah, all right. So, you know, she'll bounce back. She'll
She'll be
do
all-
okay.
she'll be all right.
Yeah. But it was fucking hilarious, and it made up for like a really good international break. We needed something to talk about. Like,
You need some spice.
we would have talked about this for probably like 45 minutes if
Honestly, yeah. If everything had gone to plan in the last 48 hours,
we
would
would
have
have tried to
just talked about
stretch out 45
yeah.
minutes of Alex Morgan.
and just see if we could tie Neymar into it somehow.
Yeah,
Because he
exactly.
is conspicuous in his absence this week. He did nothing stupid with his international break, and that really bums me out.
Yeah, he was with his boys. You know, like
Yeah, you're right. They probably did do something stupid,
No.
but they had nobody to mean girls.
I feel like Neymar, like when he goes to Brazil, he just has like a bunch of sleepovers with his friends, and then they carpool to practice together. Like he loves the Brazilian national team
Yeah,
like
bro.
so much.
Like, it's definitely like if an 11-year-old was just like he could drive and had like a bunch of buddies and like a bunch of money.
He probably has them like convert one whole wing of the hotel they stay at into like a fort.
Yeah,
and they
with,
all
like, a
kind of
bunch-
just like
Bring all the pillows in the hotel down to this end of the hall. Yeah, dude, they're definitely doing that shit, and that's hilarious.
yeah.
Shout out to Neymar, man.
Yeah.
Like,
See, even
whatever,
when you're not
you're-
in it. Even when you're not in it, you're in it.
Yeah. I don't know. Where do we go now?
Let's talk about your boys Chelsea and their poor and how they treat their youth members
Yo,
poorly.
It's I don't know. Like I think at this point it's like a sick joke.
Charlie Masonda, he is a pretty highly rated like young forward. I think he's like 19, 20. He's
And they let him play in like the League Cup, and I think he played in the Community Shield when they didn't have any guys playing. Like
Yeah.
they had nobody dressed, and they're like, I guess you can play.
And let's not forget that they've loaned him out to everybody. I think this is his first time actually staying with the senior squad throughout the year, and he's not getting any minutes. And like if you're a young
He's
dude,
all butthurt.
if you're a young dude and your butt hurt, like what do? You don't call your dad and you talk to him.
No.
Charlie Masonda's dad was a pro player, really popular player.
Yeah,
you don't
you don't do that.
you don't talk to your advisor. You know what you do is you post
just go
it
right on Instagram.
social media.
You
Yeah.
just go right on Instagram and you post some stupid ass shit.
Damn, what did he say? What did he post on there?
It was like,
I
it
got
was
it
like
for you.
it was like you work hard, and for what? Nothing. It's just like, dude, do you know who else has this shit? Conte, like, dude, he just ran an actual good player out of town on principle. You're done, dude.
what did he say? What did he say?
He was
Mario?
he's like, and what do I get back? Literally nothing. Done.
Yeah, but then at the end he's like, but I'm gonna keep working
It's like,
hard.
I'll keep going, but
I'm gonna keep working hard, and it's just like, dude, they just ran Diego Costa out of town for no fucking reason
Yeah,
other
you're
than
Charlie
he was just a pain in the
Masonda.
ass. Like, yeah, dude, did you forget about that?
They're like,
yeah.
they might just send you to League One.
Yeah, like you're going to Preston North End.
God
That's
damn.
it.
You're right, man.
Yeah,
It's
you're gonna get plenty of playing time there, Charlie. You dumbass.
and the thing is, I think that he's really, really dynamic, and I know that one of the things that Conte is kind of worried about is he's a pretty frail dude.
Yeah.
And you already got like the vampire
Yeah.
Pedro out
Yeah,
there.
you're
who's pretty
only
frail. Like,
gonna get like 4 games out
Yeah.
of Charlie playing
You-
wingback.
exactly. 'cause
Somebody
he-
gotta do it.
Yeah, because what's he gonna do? He's not. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's like,
right.
Oh, you want playing time? Cool.
yeah, he
I hope
can't-
you track back.
He has to play wing back in, and there's no. He wants no parts of that. It's
He doesn't even know.
There have been some calls though, Pat, for them for Chelsea just to scrap their whole youth system. How do you feel about that?
How would they make money?
I think that's the whole thing that
Dude,
that
the more
you need.
the more I learned about this, like these Russians don't fuck around.
No.
Like they like that's it. Like that's a little bit of the cash cow they got going. Where they're like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna put in my own money, but like we get all the good young players, and then we're gonna loan them out. Like they've got a decent little cycle going.
And then they sell them, for usually really, really top dollar.
Right, and then if they get good later, fuck it, they just buy them back.
If you can financially support having all of these young players and spending, $1 million here, 500,000 here when they're like 15, 16, 17 years old.
Right, do
and a
it.
couple million. You do that, and then just because of the way the inflation works,
Right, you're gonna cash in.
and the fact that people know that this dude was a part of Chelsea's youth system, it automatically gives them like, okay, it automatically marks up their price.
There's going to be so many washed up dudes that used to be in Chelsea's youth system in like the Premier League and the Championship in the next couple years.
Mario, what did Ruben Loftus-Cheek go for? Let me see. Cause
Is he still on loan or did they sell him?
I think they sold him to Crystal Palace. I think they sold him.
I think he's on loan to Crystal Palace. Chaloba definitely got sold to Watford.
Ruben's on loan, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to fucking... That's probably loan with an option to buy because they don't need him.
Because if you look at what they're doing, even Miazga,
that's the American kid.
Yeah,
the defender.
He's been at Vitesse he's going to be at Vitesse forever, and then they're going to sell him for like $22 million because he was at Chelsea, even though he was never at Chelsea.
Right. He just had a press conference one time.
Yeah, it's a really amazing setup, and I think that's why you don't really scrap it. And players
it's
are
a cash cow.
And the thing is, players are always going to go to Chelsea, to the youth squad, and they're going to be like, well, I'm not going to be that dude.
Yeah, I'm going to be the different guy.
I'm going to be the guy that makes it. And yeah, they're not. Most of the time, they're not. And like, think about
I
Moses.
don't think anybody is, dude.
Think about how many times Victor Moses went on loan before he made the senior squad.
Yeah, and then as soon as they get a new coach, they're just going to get rid of him.
Victor Moses is 20. He's 27 years old, bro. It took him it took him forever to get there. So like a lot of dudes, especially these Instagram dudes, these young guys, they don't have that patience to. You're gonna wait 8 years for your shot on Chelsea.
Nope.
And your overall on FIFA is not going up like you want it to.
Like you're so bummed all the time.
Exactly.
You don't get out.
You got a generic face. You don't even have the real FIFA face because you're just always on loan somewhere.
Yeah.
You got a shitty haircut. No. You're making that move.
These are the things that matter, man.
No, it's true. But Chelsea, that's how they roll. If you can buy older senior players and like not take that chance of like developing that guy.
Yeah, fuck all that.
Exactly.
Just buy younger good players. Like,
Patty wants them wins.
Yeah, now.
Well, they're buying young players, but they're just not really panning out. Look at Kennedy. Kennedy was a really talented young guy.
2 cent ahead. We'll see how they do with Bakayoko. That was why I was like, hey, Ruben, you gotta go. And he went.
Yeah. So, also right before the international break dropped, there was a
pour out a little liquor for the homie.
Yeah, pour out that Stro beer and that Bro beer because Carlo Ancelotti is looking for a new job.
I thought it was funny that they fired him and he was basically just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like he was just like, okay, I'm fired, great, whatever. This wasn't gonna work out anyways.
Well, I think he knew it because they lost to what is it? They lost to Hoffenheim with
and then got destroyed by
Nagelsmann.
PSG, but he didn't try.
But I think he had already lost the locker room because I think as immediately after that game, you saw Robin had nothing to say. He had no like backing words, and no one really like came to his
Ribéry too.
I think the only person that probably came to his back was James, and
he's like, "Don't leave! Whoa, don't go anywhere! Don't!"
It's like, please don't.
Don't go
don't
anywhere.
Don't do that.
Yeah, because he's definitely not going to play now.
Yeah. So they who'd they end up hiring? Hanex or whatever?
The guy that won the treble for him 4 years ago.
Yeah,
like a quadruple, I think, like 1 year.
So
they hired him for the end of this year. So he's Bayern's Gus Hiddink. And then they're gonna bring in
Uncle Gus.
Yeah, they brought in Uncle Hannix. I don't know. What do you think? What was he doing before that? Was he in their squad, like in their youth setup, or was he coaching, or was he just kind of hanging out?
He hung out, I think.
He was just hanging.
He didn't do anything
He was
else.
just sleeping at his house.
He was just sitting here waiting for them to fire
That dude's fucking old, I think.
Fire this interloper. I think that's kind of like.
No, I'm serious. Like I think they called him and woke him up, and he was like, "Huh? Oh yeah, I guess what." I don't coach there? Oh, I'll coach there now.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see what happens for this. But it was definitely like you can't lose. I think that loss to PSG was their worst loss at home in the Champions League or some weird like random statistic like that. It was 3-0, but it was like worse than 3-0. It didn't really look that great.
Well, especially when Ancelotti's supposed to be there for Champions League too.
Yeah.
Like, time to go. Yeah, it wasn't a good fit. It was a weird fit anyway.
It was always a weird fit. And I think that couple, they didn't spend a lot of money in the transfer market. I feel like they were getting super, super nervous.
Yeah.
And need somebody to right the ship and do it the Bayern way, and that's why they made that move.
So we'll see how that goes.
It's not turning out good for James.
No, he's done.
No, I think that I guarantee the language barrier is probably really difficult there. I think that's the hardest thing with him. He's not really getting on with the squad, and he really went there because Ancelotti was there.
Yeah.
So there's a 2-year loan to Bayern, and
no, they're gonna. I don't know. He's gonna have
2 years.
Madrid doesn't want him.
No, they don't want him.
He's going to force him out force his way out to go back to Madrid so they can loan him someplace.
But
else.
Zidane hates him, so why would he even want him back?
Right, just let him stay.
Man,
I don't know, dude. That kid must suck.
think about how many James. We're going to see a lot of James faces. Remember that Sturridge face we used to see a lot last year? It's going to be a lot of just sulky James on the bench.
We got to bring back the Sturridge face, bro.
No, he's playing too much, man. He's happy.
No, man. He's going to get hurt.
Let's calm down. We'll get into that a little bit later. Let's not do that. So yeah, James, I don't know what's going to happen with him. And I think it's funny because he parlayed that performance in the World Cup into a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And then we've never really found out whether or not he's worth that money.
Yeah.
It's
kind of glad he's not on Chelsea right now.
I know that he's just, I know him more. I don't even remember the goals that he scored at the World Cup. I just see him sulking whenever he gets replaced and like not slapping the manager's hand. Just that's what I know him for more.
It was basically that goal against Uruguay, just off his chest volley.
Yeah. That was it. And everybody's like, oh, we got to get him.
Exactly, and it parlayed that from into a deal to Monaco, and then that Monaco payday into that Real Madrid payday. So he's gotten paid both ways. That's not bad, but enjoy the bench, bro. I don't know what you're gonna do.
Pizza rolls. So, you watching your soccer yesterday?
Actually, I did. I was at a concert. I recorded it.
Call.
Well,
I recorded it and I was following along, and then I think I got a text from Pat, and it was just, bro, are you watching?
Yeah. I think it might have just been, that was it. It was just like, bro.
Yeah.
Because I missed the first maybe like 10 minutes of the game when, they were trying to figure out what the hell beIN Sports was at the bar. Like, no, I know you haven't because I've watched it here. I've watched it here before. So once they found it, it was like right in time for what's his name, Gonzalez, to score that goal.
Oh yeah.
that looked pretty. It looked pretty cool in a weird way.
So I don't know.
But still,
I saw it like that was like watching the death of Tim Howard though. Like that was worse than that was worse than him getting hurt. Taking a goal kick. Yeah, because it was too cold. Like that was like, damn, dude, you are old. This was like they need to take him out behind the shed like Old Yeller.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like 2014 Tim Howard probably catches that ball.
It was like watching. It was like watching like someone you really, really look up to fall down the stairs in slow motion.
Wow. And you just can't help but stare and be like, what happened here?
It's just you see every bone break. It's.
Tim Howard did fall down the stairs, though, didn't he?
Bro, that's what I'm telling you.
Did you see the interview with him after the game? Bro.
Okay, before we get to after the game, let's talk a little bit more about.
All right, let's go through it. Let's go through it. Right.
Okay, it was soggy as fucking Trinidad.
Dog, I'm gonna get into that in a little bit too because that's some weak ass shit.
Yeah, I'm not giving that as a
motherfuckers play on AstroTurf.
Yeah, I'm not gonna caveat anything because you're absolutely right. It was soggy.
Oh, it was soggy. Like the field was flooded. They flooded the track.
I think the worst thing about
it's our fossil fuels and oil that created all these hurricanes that are doing this anyway. So we did this to us.
You need to eat it. But I think the worst thing about it, and this is when I knew that they were going to be in trouble, is they saw the soggy pitch and they had their trainers carrying them on their back,
like army carrying them to
bring them to practice
to not get their like shoes wet. It's like, dude, we suck.
Take your fucking shoes off and then dry your feet off and put your shit back on.
Or jump. It was like 5 feet.
There were spots I could have jumped for sure.
Yeah, it was the worst thing I've ever seen.
And yet still, it was like we're gonna win that game though,
bro. But if you tell a dude that like loves football and watching dudes like turn their brains into jelly, hey man, you should probably try it and watch this soccer for a little bit. All you gotta do is see that clip of them being carried over.
Nope.
Yo, that's terrible. They'd burn a jersey right there when they saw it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
So with soggy pitch aside, so Gonzalez scores that goal and Tim Howard dies in front of us.
Yes.
And you're like, wow, that was really traumatic, but we're still going to be all right.
Yeah.
Because there's like 85 minutes to go.
Exactly. It was so early.
Yeah. Then I'm hanging out and the beers come and food's there. And you just hear the one other dude in the bar who was like happy they put the game on being like, oh, and looked up and it was just like, why is the ball in the net again? Why is Tim Howard getting that ball out of the net?
Yes.
I saw the replay. And it was just like, whoa,
was
like a
what?
35-yard strike from that dude.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was like, but then even still, you're like, all right, if they got a dude that can do that, we totally got dudes that can do that.
Yeah.
We're gonna be fine. There's like 65 minutes left.
Exactly. But first of all, it was. I can't even say that was a laser.
It was not a laser. It floated. It looked like it was just
when they showed the shot from behind him, you're like, damn, bro, he just roped that. But then they showed like the one other angle that they had in the stadium where you're like, Timmy.
So you couldn't get a hand on that.
Dog. But even if he was as shook up from what happened earlier in the game as the rest of us were, where he was like, dude, am I dead? You got to know you're that old. You got to cheat that.
Yeah, he's
like, dude, you don't jump as far as you used to. Cheat that,
bro,
because you got to get a hand on that.
I could not believe it. Okay, it was a weird angle, granted, but that ball was, and there was like
Soggy
there wasn't
pitch.
even any spin on it. It was just coming at him.
Soggy pitch.
It was that was bad. I think Brad Guzan even gets a middle there and knocks that down.
Don't you talk ill of the dead.
Brad Guzan at least slaps at it. He at least gets a hand on it and knocks it
Brad
down.
Guzan spent that entire game exactly where he belongs, on the bench.
Clapping. Yeah.
Like just rooting so hard for
No,
USA.
it was
That's where you should be for the next cycle, is up in the stands. Rooting hard.
And that's the
for
thing
USA.
is, what do you do? Okay, so there's still 65 minutes left in the game. Everyone's starting to figure out the sweet spots of the pitch. We're getting some runouts.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and the thing about it for Trinidad, it's not like they got up 2-0. They're like, cool, time to park the bus.
Yo, they were pressing. They were like, they were trying to expose.
They
these
could have at
dudes.
least scored one or two more at the end.
Oh yeah, they were trying to expose these dudes straight up because they were just like, yo, these guys are worried about their soggy ass socks.
Yo,
they're like, yo, guess what? At halftime, these guys changed their socks. We still have our soggy ass
socks on.
We still got our socks on.
Like, dude, this all due respect, this has nothing to do with Trinidad.
No,
like, this is all about our team just being like just heartless, gutless.
Yeah. Trinidad was game, but yeah, it was straight gutless. Yeah.
We can get into everybody because no one is safe.
No,
I guess we finished. So second half starts. I go because I leave the bar. I'm disgusted.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to go home, get focused, watch the rest of this. Fuck this. But the last thing I said was, mark my words. Here we go. Yeah, here's a hot take. Mark my words. Mexico gets us in the World Cup anyways. They owe us one. Because I'm thinking, like, fuck it.
At one point, I was praying that.
Yeah, I'm thinking, fuck it. Like, both those teams are not going to win. We're still getting in. Everybody calm down. And then I said, I better see some fucking Clint Dempsey when I get back to my house. That happens. At least they bring Clint in off the bench.
I think it sucks that you can only get 45 minutes of Clint now.
I know. Well, Clint has a bad heart, man.
No, I get that. I think that it's just like, because this might be the golden era, the golden age of U.S. men's national team soccer.
Jesus Christ, cancel
and like
it.
he was that talisman, man. He was that guy that was kind of just like the rogue.
We can get into this at the end too. Like,
He's the U.S. men's national team Favre. He's like he's their Favre, man.
I love Clint Dempsey.
He's that gunslinger.
He shouldn't have been out there, man. That's part of it, is they didn't have guys to replace those guys. Clint Dempsey was done in 2015.
Yeah, I know.
Clint Dempsey took half a year off with a bad heart.
Where was Landon Donovan when we needed him?
Ovan?
Yeah, we needed him. I think
This is what it's part. He's in on it too. It's part of the ghost of Don Ovan. He was probably secretly happy that happened.
Let's get to what happened. So you're waiting for Mexico to bail you out, basically.
First, like, I get home, I see Clint's on. It's 2-1 because Pulisic scored like right away. So I must have been like sweating on the stairs, trying to run up the stairs. Yeah, and just like, I gotta stop. Hang on. 2-3 bro beers deep. So off of a twisted ankle playing soccer. So
that quick strike, that Pulisic's quick strike was nice.
Right. So he scored. He did his job. And I'm like, cool. It's already 2-1. Like, we're straight. We'll be fine. We're at least getting the draw. So if at worst we got to play Australia and we got shit to watch next international break.
Mm-hmm.
And they look so bad after that. Again, gutless. Just they look terrible.
Yeah, man. And so they
the only chance that they had, Dempsey hit the post.
Yeah, they had that one chance. That was all second half. They knew what they had to do, and that's the best chance they could create against Trinidad and Tobago.
It was that, and Feilhaber had a header right at the end. Goalie robbed him.
Wood and him collided.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think that was So yeah, they can't get that second goal. They can't get the draw. So they end up losing in Trinidad and Tobago, and in Honduras really, really did their fucking job, man. They
dude, those teams looked so much better than we did. I mean, even on the shitty ass BN Sports commentary, they were like, "Look at what this means to these teams."
Yeah,
dude. It's not even about them. They're going to World Cup. It's not even about them.
Mm-hmm.
This is all about us being gutless.
yeah. So Honduras picks up that win against a trying Mexico, because Mexico was definitely trying the whole way through.
It's not like there's no conspiracy theory there. It's not like they were like, "Oh, we're just going to lay down." No, they were trying right up to the end. I think Costa Rica was too.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. None of the rest of those games matter. This
Exactly.
is all about how fucking soft USA soccer is.
Super soft.
Again, so it ends. I mean, here's the minute that was like perfect, right? You have to go balls out now. You know Panama scored. It's on now. You have to score a goal to get into World Cup. And they bring in, what the fuck was that guy's name that headbutted Wood?
Fellhaber.
Fellhaber comes in.
Yeah.
It's done right there. It was like the game's over.
Someone that many people question. Many people question even just being on the squad.
Yeah, the fact that the other guy that was getting up though was Chris Wondolowski.
That was.
I swear to you, they were like, there are plenty of attacking options still on the bench, and I was like, wait, because Clint Dempsey's already in the game, and so are all the other good players. So who could they be talking about? And they panned over the bench, like past Brad Guzan, and it was like Feyerbacher or whatever, and then fucking.
Oh, and Jordan Morris is hurt too, so he can't. He's not even.
Shut the fuck up.
And Dom Dwyer is not on he's not on the squad. Oh man, yeah, it's trash. So yeah,
that was the moment where it's just like, that's the dude that comes in.
That's our savior.
Like he's got the goal that gets us in the World Cup.
Yeah, that's how you know you're not going to the World Cup.
Like, yeah, that was like the limpest, wettest, nastiest handshake of all time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like it. Ugh.
No,
disgusting.
so
I'm disgusted by it.
So Honduras gets that win. They beat Mexico. The U.S. men's national team is not in a World Cup, missing the first World Cup
since Reagan was fucking president.
86. That's pre Denim Kids.
Dog, that's pre me.
Yeah, I wonder what those. What do you think those kits look like? Those 86 boys.
Oh boy!
You know, they were just like probably just all cotton. They were just made of like a towel.
I hope they were
material.
just wearing blue T-shirts.
Whatever blue T-shirt.
Just a straight blue T-shirt, just like a champion tee.
Yeah. Had like they're sponsored by the Sports Authority or some shit like that.
I mean, so like I don't even know who. Do you want to start with, Bruce Arena?
Well, listen, I don't know if anyone that was listening to the pod last year when we were recording in my video game room, I said that the Bruce Arena hire was the safest, stupidest move you could ever pull.
That's accurate.
And they got early results on it, but at the end of the day, Bruce Arena has no sense of urgency ever.
Yeah, it turns out Bruce Arena actually is a dickhead.
Yeah, he just likes you keep giving him checks, he'll take the checks.
Yeah, like they called him and he was like, "Well, wait, are you serious?" Yeah, I'll definitely do that for a little bit.
I think,
even in a post-game press conference, he was like, "Nothing is wrong. We're doing everything fine."
No,
it's like,
did you hear like the other day he called out CONMEBOL, like all South American teams saying they should come in our region and see how they'd play.
Yeah,
okay, I'm like, come on, really?
Take Bruce out behind the shed with fucking Timmy Howard.
No, I think that people need to start realizing that, like, the fact because you're running the LA Galaxy properly does not mean you can play. You can coach at an international fucking level, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't care. Like, you still got to beat another team and finich fourth. Like, they got 12 points in 10 games against those teams.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
and
man.
they tied Mexico away.
I'm telling you, it's kind of what I would expect from Bruce Arena. Like the squad that he is sent. I think that it's not just Bruce Arena. It goes everywhere. The fact that like Michael Bradley is your captain and he's useless.
I fucking hate Michael Bradley so much. Like how old is Michael Bradley?
Oh, he's if anything, is
he old enough to miss the next World Cup?
I don't think so.
How old is he going to be in 5 years?
He looks older than he is.
He's only 30. He's only 30.
He's going to be 35.
He'll be around. He's going to be around.
He's going to
again
35 when they play the 2022 World Cup in America instead of Qatar. Fuck that guy.
Jesus,
No,
no.
dude, they better have some better players than him. That guy is straight garbage. At the end of that game, here's how garbage he is. At the end of that game, he's standing next to Gonzalez as the second to last man back.
Mm-hmm.
When they have to have a goal to get into World Cup, and they're like, why don't you hang back in case the ball gets kicked out here?
Yeah, it's crazy. Especially this dude is supposed to be your talisman and control the flow of the game. I just think that you got to replace that guy. I don't know if you pull Pulisic and put him back there. That's the only dude. The only dude worth saving right now is Pulisic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who stays? Him.
There's at least 2 or 3 I would
Maybe
Pulisic,
Yedlin stays.
Yedlin I keep.
And the guys that weren't there. Brooks stays.
Yeah, Brooks
Johnson
stays.
stays.
Johnson stays.
If Dempsey was younger.
Yeah, Dempsey's got to go.
Unfortunately.
Dempsey's got to go. You got to give Darlington Nagbe a little bit more run.
Cameron stays.
You got to give that bigot stays. You got to give Kellen Acosta some run.
Yeah. But that's 6 guys. Everybody else, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we got to start. We're going to be watching the U21, the U19 squad intently now.
Yeah, we're going to have to, because the guys that were just on the U19, U21 squads were garbage because they couldn't even get in the Olympics or get on this garbage ass team that just finished 5th in qualifying.
Yeah, that's the truth. And let's not forget the fact that we're trying to be more profitable as a league and not promoting grassroots promotion and relegation. I think that if people had to worry about dropping down into a league, maybe they'd develop their players a little bit better instead of trying to either spend money on the flash in the pan.
I don't think that'll ever happen, but if anything is going to spark a discussion about what could maybe help MLS develop players for the national team, it's definitely yesterday.
Yeah, if you're trying to use the MLS as a proving ground for your international team, and you obviously the players aren't really there yet. They're not developed yet, and you don't want them going overseas. And most of the time, they don't really perform well when they get over there.
And then honestly, when they come back, they're obviously not trying, because look at some of the biggest goals from yesterday for those other teams, for Panama and Honduras, are scored by dudes that are in the MLS. So it's not like our MLS players are any better than any of the rest of MLS players.
No, I think that
they're all garbage.
I think that you need to really find it. They need to figure out who's going to be running their team for the future. Yeah. And that person needs to have a really, really good vision of how to grow the players into more formidable athletes.
No, and speaking of that, Klinsmann is not out of this either, because it's fucking his fault that there's no players around.
Yeah, it's his squad. It's mostly his squad. So.
It's mostly his squad, and then anybody that's supposed to be able to get plugged in behind them was definitely on his watch, because he's technical director and he was fucking head of USA Soccer for what? 5 years?
Yeah, but what do? I don't even think this is not even a desirable job.
No,
so
dude, you got to roll your sleeves up immediately, because you got to start firing people. The first thing you got to do when you get there.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is it's going to be hard to give this job to somebody that's not some dude in the MLS.
Right.
Jurgen had American ties, which kind of made it a little bit easier to sell. But you're not going to get any who are you going to get in here to really to right the ship?
I don't know. You throw some money at somebody, you get somebody in here. I don't know what the answer is, but there are worse jobs in the world than coaching Team USA Soccer or being the technical director of USA Soccer. It's a blank canvas a little bit. It's an untapped resource because no one's figured it out. Not to saying it's going to be easy, but if you could, look out.
You have to know how to navigate. You have to know how to navigate how people do things here.
For sure.
I think there's such a difference between here and Europe that there can be a lot of a learning curve that you'll run into that you might not even foresee it at first.
It's completely foreign to him too. It's not even is that how it's done here? It's kind of what do you mean that's how you do it?
Yeah. Imagine trying to develop a youth system when having to deal with the American helicopter parent who thinks that's,
or the NCAA.
Exactly. So there's a lot of different things that you got to know how to navigate against to build this up, but you got to do something. Yeah.
We got to figure this out.
Yeah.
This is a big enough country that somebody's got to be able to figure this shit out.
Yeah, and it's pretty sad, because there's been some pretty sad squads. I think Brian McBride has been in.
Damn it.
Alexi Lalas was in the World Cup. Kobe Jones is in the World Cup. Yeah. So it's there's a lot of trash dudes that are commentators now. Taylor Twellman was in a World Cup. I don't know how many.
That game.
I don't know how many international goals Taylor Twellman has, but I'm guessing not many.
I don't know.
He was super upset.
Yo, he was. Like, so after the game ended, for a minute, I'm like, well, that was fucked up. But then, like, after about 2 minutes, you start to, like, listen again to the beIN Sports post game, and it's like, I'm not doing this to myself. Mm-hmm. And I thought, oh, shit. I mean this. I thought, what is Taylor Twellman up to? I said, find me some Sports Center. Because it wasn't quite 11 o'clock, so the regular Sports Center wasn't on, and the late one wasn't on, but I was like, Sports Center's on somewhere. I found him on ESPN News, and I caught him mid-rant.
Oh, man. He went after everybody. I think he even went after himself once or twice.
He did. This is different. Like, when Alexis Lawless did that thing, whatever that was, like a month ago, that was kind of calculated. Like, he had been practicing that in the mirror.
Yeah.
Taylor Twellman was like, I thought he was going to curse or cry.
Yeah, he was a dude. He was a dude outside of the bar because he had left the bar. Because he was so disgusted. Because he
couldn't handle it. Yeah,
he was just like just pacing the parking lot, just like
not even in the parking lot. Like, he's like a half mile away. He walked like 12 blocks away because he was so pumped up. And then now he's just on the phone yelling at his brother.
Yeah,
that's what Taylor Twellman was yesterday. He was 7 blocks down the street from the bar, yelling at his brother. I can't believe they lost. And he was just yelling at everybody.
Yeah, he was.
He was mad at everybody. He was mad at himself. He was mad at the media. He was mad at all the players and coaches.
He was really mad at the media.
He was really mad at the media. He went at himself.
Yes.
He was so mad that, like, they had to cut him off to go to commercial, and I was like, oh, this isn't over today. Mm-hmm. So I cut back at 11 o'clock for the 11 o'clock Sports Center, and he had finally calmed down. So they brought him back on. They're like, Taylor Twellman's here with us. He's got something to say.
Jesus.
And, like, he started out and he was like, So this is a really dark day. And, like, Butch Cross and Anderson were like, we just saw that shit from before, and they were just prodding him. Mm-hmm. Tell us what you really think, dude. Tell us what you really think. And got him all pumped up again where I thought he was going to either curse or cry, and I was like, this is even better because more people are watching. And then finally, like, they couldn't get him calmed down, and they had to call Bob Lee.
Oh, yeah. When you got to bring in Bob Lee.
And Bob Lee just unrehearsed, too. Bob Lee's probably sitting around with, his hair's on the lampshade next to him at his house, wearing sweatpants. But he was just cool as fuck because he was just on the phone. So they just had the Bob Lee picture from like 7 years ago with the hair. And he was just on the phone, just like, he's like, let me tell you about this. I've covered every single World Cup since 1982. And it was just like, there we go, Bob.
Yeah,
this is how professionals do television.
Bring a calming voice. Yeah.
This is how fucking professionals do television. And Bob Lee, he gave us a little lesson for about 5 minutes, and then they were like, whoa, let's go. Hang on a sec. Taylor, you still over there? And he was like, I'm over here.
Just losing his shit.
But you're right. No, he came off like a whiny little bitch.
Yeah,
and that's why you can't go on TV 10 minutes after the game, especially if you're a whiny little bitch.
But that's also why that's how you know that U.S. men's national soccer has like not really much of a pedigree because he's on ESPN because they couldn't get somebody else
who also doesn't have any pedigree,
who's less of a whiny bitch.
Yeah, like it's just like he's the only guy.
No, there's no Michael Irvins. There's no like.
Randy Moss is not covering.
There's no
US
like classically trained, talented ex-U.S. men's national team members. So you have like these dudes that take it way too personally.
Just like the dudes that volunteered to do TV. Yeah.
Like I don't think Taylor Twellman hasn't had an appearance in years.
I know
he needs to be a little bit further removed from this to be able to not look like a whiny bitch on at 10:45.
Man. But I mean, he's not wrong though.
No, he was making a lot of points, and I can see it, and like that's what a lot of people were feeling. I know there's a lot of like young and adult bros who were really looking forward to like having their child experience a wholly patriotic. World Cup.
Absolutely.
When that's the only time they care about U.S. soccer. Yeah, I get that. And now you're going to be deprived of that. And now you have to like root for African teams like I like to do or European squads. You know,
just pick your European squad.
Find one. It's not like when you play FIFA, you never use the U.S. team anyway, bro. So like stop.
Nobody is playing with them.
No, so I think it's a really sad day for those bros.
But I mean, I don't know. It's going to suck that we don't have 3 games to go and drink bro beers and watch like later because we're going to definitely get eliminated in the group stage anyways. But a little part of me thinks maybe this works out. Maybe
excited.
This wakes people the fuck up.
I'm excited for the blow up.
I mean, again,
And
Taylor Twellman took it way too far. He
talked
brought
about the
up
German
Germany.
one.
And
Yeah,
it was
I
just like, whoa, hang
That's
on,
a bit
bro.
much.
Like, number one, they were really shocked. They were in the tournament and then lost in the group stage and were like, fuck this, and revamped everything. They didn't get eliminated from the fucking World Cup by Trinidad and Tobago. So it's just like, maybe we don't talk about this like we're Germany.
Calm down. Find a more relative.
But I get the point.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe this begs an overhaul, which did work. I mean, Germany really sat back and looked at themselves and went, how can we be the best team on the planet? And went and revamped everything from their professional leagues, the youth leagues, the federation, everything they changed. Here, we're not trying to be the best team in the world.
No.
We're trying to be the third best team in CONCACAF.
Yeah, that's exactly
That's what we need to
we're trying
focus
do.
on. Let's go ahead and get in the World Cup, guys.
Exactly. We're trying to get like, I feel like the purpose for soccer in the U.S. is mostly to make sure that like middle class parents don't have to pay for their kids' college education.
Right.
And so you really have to really revamp that whole system and have the joy and have the drive towards developing a national product and being you have to change the whole mindset of U.S. soccer, which is going to be hard to change because no one's out here trying to get their FIFA cards. Everyone's just like, everyone's over here just like their dad coaches or like, oh, their dad played and now he coaches. You got to revamp everything from like the floor up, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, because
it can't get worse.
If they're really serious about this, like they have to go to a place where they have to either have buy-in on several levels, which I don't think they get, or they have to consolidate power and just nominate some kind of soccer czar. And I don't even know how you do that because it is going to require drilling down to the ground floor, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have to go into like low income markets too.
Right.
Because you can find the people there who have a lot of heart when they play too.
It's
another thing.
a different mentality that we clearly don't have on our team.
No,
like you just saw at the end of the game last night, where it's just like, I'm not trying to say that they weren't trying hard. Obviously, they were trying hard, but it wasn't that crazy shit that you get other places in the world.
You either have to try hard or you have to up your technical skills, and like we have neither.
Yeah. So
it's like not really. At least back in the day, like those guys we used to talk about, Alexi and Kobe. At least they were gritty enough that they'll like at least make it harder for you.
Well, back then it was like, well, they do try hard. We always try hard, and that was like enough to like compete. And now it's like, I guess everybody's trying hard.
But I guess it's also the same thing as like when you're not talented, all you can do is try hard, and then like you're constantly looking at people who can do things a lot easier than you could do it, and it just makes it seem like they're not really. It's a weird thing. It's hard. I think it's hard because a lot of a lot of the media and a lot of the pundits that are like now covering U.S. soccer are washed up dudes who were never really that good. So it kind of makes everything. It makes it hard to, like, they look like shit. They didn't look like how they did against Costa Rica when they completely quit on Jurgen.
Yeah, yes.
They were still in it, but they just like it seemed like they just didn't have it. I don't know if Arena just was not.
How did they go from looking how they did on Friday to looking how they did yesterday? How does that happen?
Soggy pitch, bro.
Yeah, it must be.
It might probably.
Soggy pitch,
because like, look, that was essentially the same team that played.
Yeah, I know.
And they smoked Panama, and Panama's in the World Cup now. Mm-hmm. I'm disgusted by the whole thing. Everybody involved with that program should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah,
Josie Altidore, Bobby Wood, ashamed. Come on, bro.
Do you think that? I don't really think Josie gets ashamed. I've watched him play at Sunderland. Yeah.
He did play at Sunderland.
Yes, terribly.
Yo, he's got to go too. Fuck that guy.
But that's the thing is like
who do you bring up?
There's literally
stop. We need to stop acting like Jordan Morris is that dude. He's not.
No, God, he can go too. I'd rather have Josie Altidore.
At least he'll win some headers.
Played in a World Cup.
Where's Aaron Johansson when you need him? Where's he at?
God. Where's Breck Shea when you need him? Shout out Freddie Adu.
Yeah, wonder what that guy's doing right
Shout
now.
out Eddie Johnson. Remember him?
I do remember Eddie Johnson, man. I had high hopes for Eddie Johnson.
That was the golden ages of the U.S. men's national team.
2013.
Yeah, Eddie Johnson coming off the bench with
Yes.
with Lando and
Beating Cuba like 17-0.
Clint Dempsey.
No, I remember Charlie Davies. Remember him? He was good up until he had that unfortunate car crash.
Yo, do you think they
just
lost
never
that
was the
game?
same.
You think they lost that game yesterday because Dom Dwyer didn't come on the team?
Yeah, and he
You think this is the curse of Dom Dwyer? He never gets another shot.
Yeah, he does score. He does score a shit ton of goals. I don't know. I'm gonna be excited because I feel like this is gonna be like I don't know. Nike's gonna stop giving them money. So I think once you start losing that Nike money, like you got to change some things around.
That's a dark day, man.
It also puts in perspective the fact that these women we're getting paid so much less.
And
the
they
women's
won
national
the
team
World Cup.
is getting paid
Yeah.
so much less than our men's national team, and they can't even get into the fucking World Cup.
But they know the Orlando SWAT team.
That's America. All right, let's leave these dudes alone for a little
For a
bit.
minute. This isn't over.
No.
We will be back.
Yo, I forgot. How is this guy coaching Belgium? How is Martinez coaching?
Oh yeah, Roberto Martinez. Yeah, he lucked into a pretty good gig.
Yo, they're never going to win the World Cup with him coaching their team.
No, he doesn't know. Like
They're going to have to fire him
he doesn't know how to
mid-tournament,
win.
and Terry Henry should coach that team.
And he's also running dudes into the ground. I think that there was a bunch of dudes dropped like flies. Fellaini was injured during this international break. Basically an international break where they had already clinched. There was no real need for anyone to play.
He's such a dickhead, dude. Like, maybe that's the plan, is like they're going to let him ride this out for a minute and then just fire him in like 6 months and let Terry Henry coach the team.
Yeah, that's probably I can see that move happening. And Lukaku had
Work with Zidane.
Jesus Christ. Lukaku had a little ankle injury, and there was thoughts that he wasn't going to play because they had clinched.
So they don't need him.
They don't need him at all.
But
So Martinez decides he wants to play him, and he actually was getting phone calls. Someone actually called his hotel at 3 a.m. telling him to not to play Lukaku, so he was ready for the United Liverpool match this weekend.
people in England are still fucking Roberto Martinez.
Yeah, because they don't respect Roberto Martinez
At all.
No.
Give me his room.
Yo, did you ever see that video of him dancing at that fucking concert?
No.
Yes. I forget who it was, but who he was with.
Yo, he was
or the concert. I
Yo,
remember
he was
that.
at a concert, like, and I think it was a Jason Derulo concert.
Yeah, it was Jason Derulo. Yeah.
Oh
Yo, my
God.
brain is only good for that. Jason Derulo facts on the top of the
yeah.
dome. He's at a Jason Derulo concert dancing his whole dick off. It was better than Pardew's shit. It was
Oh man.
It was great. So I guess when you see that dude dancing like that, you don't respect him. You call that motherfucker's hotel. You're at a Jason Derulo concert.
I'm calling him.
3 a.m. I don't give a fuck.
Fuck this motherfucker. I'm calling him.
Yo, but I don't think that really mattered. I think he played him anyway.
Yeah,
He
it doesn't matter.
He played Lukaku.
Do whatever I want.
Yeah, he ended up playing Lukaku. That was a nice little interesting tale. That was what we were going to talk about for 45 minutes until the U.S. men's national team got eliminated from the World Cup.
Oh, God damn it.
Look how much meatier your pod is because of U.S. men's national team.
Yeah, but
guys.
what are we going to talk about for like 4 years now?
We'll bring it
Spice.
up. We'll just let you guys know what Bob Bradley's up to.
Bob Bradley drank a bottle of whiskey last night.
Oh yeah. So
He passed out in the yard.
back on another team who was really on the ropes, chance of them not going into the World Cup.
Yeah.
The only difference was they had this dude named Dad Messi. I don't know if you know him. He's this guy who likes to wear dad hats and jorts, but is really good with his left foot. I don't know if you've ever seen him play.
Ecuador definitely went up 1-0 like a minute into that game too.
Yes.
So it wasn't like they were like, man, we really could use a big game from somebody. I don't know. Like, no, they were in big trouble.
Yeah, they
like
were-
down 1-0 in 5th place.
At a place they'd never won there before.
Right. Yeah. Up on in altitude, and he was just like 5 minutes after they scored, he was just like, no, we're going to the World Cup.
Exactly.
Got a hat trick.
A dirty hat trick.
A dirty
too.
ass
It
hat
was
trick.
fantastic.
And they're in. Like, that's the difference. Is like,
That is the difference.
like we were saying before, American Messi is 19 years old, and he fucking scored.
Yeah, he did his part as a 19-year-old.
Right.
That's basically okay. Imagine Messi with like not a mullet. That's our version right now.
That's American Messi.
Yeah. So and he's doing his thing, but Dad Messi, even his second goal where, he basically dispossesses that dude and then
Yes.
goes left foot top corner,
Yeah.
goal side top corner. It's fucking dirty, bro.
He beasted Argentina into the World Cup by himself.
And in his third goal, with 3 dudes on him, little acceleration, and then like a nice little fucking...
A little left foot, little chip.
Yes.
Dude. Hey, but you know what, though? That's some more Messi Ronaldo shit, because in the last World Cup qualifying, they got into playoff, and Ronaldo did the same thing. Just like, oh, we got 2 legs against Zlatan. I got a hat trick. What do you got? And just beasted them into the World Cup. Messi did the same thing. And they got a lot of guys. I watched some of those highlights. I watched a little bit of that game. He's got a lot more guys with him than Chrissy had 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And he still just looked around at all these dudes and was like, you know what? We're going to World Cup. Fucking scored a hat trick and they're in.
Exactly. And it's funny. I think that the thing about Argentina is like at the back they have some issues. Yeah. Everywhere, like up front they're okay, and their midfield are pretty, like they're really fucking solid. But the back is a nightmare.
Yeah, it's shaggy.
I feel like they never ever sorted their team out.
No,
like Icardi should get minutes.
But this is
Aguero should get
four
minutes.
managers.
Dybala was on the bench.
4 managers.
Yeah.
Though. 4 managers in the last year, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. So
Dybala's on the bench. At least they finally put Higuain back on the bench.
Yeah.
Because that was crazy.
They never even called him up.
They
didn't even call him up.
That was crazy. Him playing over Aguero.
Yeah, we know, man. So, but I think that they still have some issues to sort out. But that's what happens when you have a generational player. That guy who, and he's not the LeBron James. He's not 6'8",
right?
The world's greatest athlete. This is just a dude who just honed his craft, and he balls the fuck out. Anyone can do that.
And now that they're in,
not anyone, but like it doesn't. You don't have to be
this freak of nature. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, and now that they're in, what's funny is like they just struggled so hard to get in. Now that they're in, they could win the World Cup.
Yeah. They're probably gonna get a nice draw. They're gonna get that Messi. Everyone loves Messi. They're gonna get that nice.
This is his last World Cup.
Exactly.
You know they rigged that shit.
So yeah, he's gonna get a nice draw, and he's gonna make a little deep run. Speaking of who's not going to make a deep run, who's not going to be taking photos in the jacuzzi in his underwear with his teammates, Alexis Sanchez.
Damn, bro.
I'm sorry,
That's
man.
crazy too.
Chile, who basically had one of the best runs, probably like the best like 4-year runs you can have.
They were
as a
They
South
were in
American
a final
squad.
every summer, last 4 summers.
Yeah, that's
15 Copa America.
That's crazy. That's a Buffalo Bills type run with some dubs on top of that.
You're right. Yeah. Win Copa America 2015 at home, first time in 90 years or whatever it was they won that.
Mm-hmm.
Win the Centenario and make Messi retire for like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
you remember that picture?
Retired
that made me
Messi.
sad.
The crying Messi picture with Alexis Sanchez bombing it behind him with the creepy "I eat people" allegedly smile.
Yeah, he's going to be allegedly eating a lot of people. It's going to be because let's not forget that now he doesn't even have international fun with his boys that he could take showers and photos with. He can't even do that. Now he's just got his dogs and a cold, wet London winter.
Yo, Uncle Pep's going to make it all better though, man. Uncle Pep's coming to get him in the summer.
Yo, I'm hearing some PSG blurbs too, but like I think that
he's going to play with Uncle Pep.
Back to Brazil and Chile. Brazil is hitting on all fucking cylinders.
That's raw too because they were definitely in, and it was just like, no, you're not going.
Yeah, they weren't playing. They weren't playing around. They brought in their heftiest squad.
Brazil. I don't think Brazil's ever going to really truly play around again.
No,
like they took it as bad as you can take it in a scenario at the last World Cup. So I don't think they have sympathy for anyone ever again.
I think the only thing about Brazil is their weakness is you can still bully them.
Sure.
So like if you're the right European squad, you
on a soggy pitch,
you can bully these dudes. That's like everyone knows that's what Brazilians don't like being. But like Neymar hates it.
Yeah, he hates it. That's why he's playing in France where he can run the team.
Exactly.
Get rid of this guy because he will take the penalty kicks.
Yep, and back to Chile. It's probably the last you saw Arturo Vidal. It was not when he was not fighting with his friends at the casino and staying out all late.
But he's going to be doing that all the time now.
He did get the yellow card and be suspended for this game against Brazil, which
because he's fucking crazy.
So yeah, I think that Chile was a great run for Chile.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
Hopefully we see Vidal more because he's getting up there in age. Who knows if he'll be a part of this new because Chile's going to have to like not blow everything up, but they're going to have to like go through a little bit of a revamp. They're going to
turn the squad, yeah.
They're going to have to go through a little bit of a remodel and kind of just go see what that next phase is going to be. And this may be the worst for Alexis Sanchez, who grew up poor and in the slums, but is still kind of an emo, over dramatic baby. Yeah. This is going to be the worst year of his life. Literally.
Still got to hang out with Arsene Wenger.
And like laugh at all of his terrible fucking jokes, even though you don't even want to be there.
Yeah, even though he wouldn't let you go hang out with Uncle Pep.
It was an ass whooping, man. They were like, Alexis Sanchez was like, I think the worst thing about it was he just realized that his teammates weren't good enough, and he was going to do it all by himself. And you could kind of just see him trying to just do too much, which was just like, it was typical.
No, I just think. I hope that Brazil's not like peaking too soon, because like if they can keep this up, like they have the coach that loves the bros too, is just letting bros be bros, which is what they needed. Like they all talk about like Danny Alves is talking about like how much he loves him and all that, like how much better than all the rest of the coaches he's played for that this guy is, because he's just letting the bros be bros. And they need that though. Like they were too uptight at the last World Cup. I mean, for the right reasons, but. They won that gold medal with Neymar, and now I think they're going to play loose. And
the thing is, it's really hard to play tight when your squad is with a bunch of fucking young dudes with a bunch of energy.
Absolutely, and that's what they are now. They've turned over their squad a little bit. Maybe not so much on defense, but definitely up front.
Yeah, they kept, and I think that's like the key is like you want to have young energy.
Bro, they smash them, huh?
Young energy up front. You want that young energy up front, and then you really need like reserved, calm dudes
in the spine of the team, yeah.
And then you need a wild card, and that wild card is always going to be Danny Alves as long as he's
hell yeah.
Danny Alves will play in that back role until he's like 36 years old.
Yeah,
he's not going anywhere.
They didn't even have Marcelo in this game because he's hurt too. They got a stacked team, man.
And they're super deep. They like Willian's coming off the bench.
Coutinho,
Firmino, Firmino's coming. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got a squad, so watch out for them. Still watch out for like if they match up with Germany or a bigger squad, maybe even France could like. There's a couple teams that are bad matchups for them,
but they're certainly in it.
Yeah, for sure. Moving on, let's pour out a little bit of. Let's actually give a toast to one man who's going to be leaving. Arjen Robben, retired from international play.
He's been bald since he was 17.
Yep, scored 2 goals in the Swan Song. Netherlands is not going to be in the World Cup.
Yo, that's not good either, bro.
That's another squad that's going to have to blow some shit up.
Yeah. No, man, they're going to get Uncle Louis back. As soon as he didn't get that Bayern job, he's taking that job back. The last time they were good, he was a coach.
Yeah, I get it, but like, you're going to try to play that pragmatic style with like, because you're now even going to turn the roster over with like, okay, you'll still have Snyder, who's like barely there. And you'll have like Van Persie, but most of these guys it's gonna be young dudes. Yeah. I don't know.
I just think they get Van Gaal back, man.
Yeah, they got it. They definitely got it's another team that needs to revamp. There's I think they thought that the heir apparent to Robin was going to be Depay, and he hasn't turned out.
Yeah.
And who knows what the next step is for Netherlands? But there's a lot of teams that are like either solidified in Europe or like they're moving up.
Yeah.
And hopefully the Netherlands is not on the outside looking in.
They were in the last 2 World Cup finals, but they've missed the last 2 Euros. And Belgium's gone past them. France has gone back past them. Spain and Germany were still ahead of them. Italy's regressed a little bit.
Do you think it's because their home league isn't as good?
I don't know. I don't know, because I think they just had a lot of guys. They might have had a good generation come up for 2010 and 2014, because their league hasn't been that good for 20 years.
No,
or so, So I don't know. Like I think it's kind of cyclical, right? And they're dipping lower than they should. It should be a tighter turn, because I mean, you tell me, like, do they have a better generation in Portugal right now than they do in the Netherlands? I don't know. They got Chrissy. And they just won Euros, so I think it just goes in cycles, right? I mean, even Spain took a dip, and now I saw guys they're talking about might make their World Cup roster, and it's stupid.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they looked like shit in the last World Cup.
No, they did. I think the Netherlands is I don't know much about that younger, those guys that are going to be, 22 going into their prime in this next cycle. So it's up in the air. I think you really got to figure out who a manager is. They've gone through a lot of changes with the manager. Yeah. Once you have that manager and develop that style that you're going to play, and I think that'll probably they'll be back in there. But Europe's getting more competitive.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be easy for them on the way out. And then there's some locks. The World Cup is locked. They ranked the 23 the power. I guess the 23 best teams in it.
So there's 23 are in right now, and they just ranked them 1 through 23. I don't necessarily disagree with it. They went Germany, Brazil, Spain, France, Belgium as the top 5. I don't disagree with that, really. France is in the last Euro final, and they're stacked. Belgium's stacked, too. Spain, we just talked about, is stacked. Brazil, we just talked about, is stacked. And Germany is the holder.
Yeah.
And they won the Confederations Cup. They're also stacked. So top 5, I got no problem.
They won the Confederations Cup with their young boys.
Right. And Mexico and Chile were trying so hard in that tournament, too.
For sure.
Chrissy in Portugal is next, and I think you got to give him that respect because he is Chrissy, and they won Euros, so they'll be heard from. And then Messi's right behind him with Argentina. After that, I think the rest of this list could be literally in any order: Poland, Mexico, Nigeria, Uruguay, Iceland, England. Like, who gives a fuck about the rest of these teams?
Yeah, no, it's really going to come down to like that top 10.
And then there's going to be another team that's in the top 10 or two teams that are in the top 10 that come out of these playoffs.
Too. Exactly. So, yeah, I think that Germany is definitely the team to beat going into this World Cup. Like, they can suffer.
They're playing next door, too.
They can suffer a few injuries and still be all right. And still be the favorite. They're super deep, and not only are they deep, but they're versatile position-wise.
They're experienced, too. I mean, they didn't make the final of the Euros, but they made the semifinals and knocked Italy out. So, obviously they'll be heard from, and they're playing next door, so they're going to have plenty. They're going to have plenty of fan support.
I'm pulling for France and Nigeria, just so we're putting that out right now.
Well, I mean, I front run. So who's number 1 and 2 on that list? Germany and Brazil. I'll take them.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Always stay with Argentina.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just
All right, there we go. And so that was a meaty ass international break.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Team USA.
I know Wayne Rooney didn't drink or anything during this weekend.
Wayne Rooney probably blacked out, but nobody knows because of all this other shit.
Yeah, he's Ubering now.
Yeah, he probably just blacked out in his backyard like Bob Bradley did last night.
Nice. So yeah, let's do a.
Daddy's asleep in the yard again.
So now, we're just closing international break. All the players are taking their private jets and flying from wherever they were back into
their
Europe.
Pizza rolls.
Yes, they are. They're eating donuts on the plane and flying back to England and Spain and their respective countries for some league play. So let's do a little quick check-in. I think it's a good check-in. Time to look at the table in the Premier League, see what it's looking like. What's cracking?
Yeah, I mean, we got the two Manchester teams are tied atop on points, and even goal differential is one goal apart. You know what, dude? Honestly, I would like to see a run out with City and United.
I was going to say the same thing. I
just want to finish third.
As much as I hate to admit it, it is kind of cool when the two Manchester squads are like 1 and 2, and they're
Pep and Mourinho too.
Yeah, it's really fucking interesting.
I mean, they're both on 19 points. City has plus 20 goal differential. United has plus 19,
and both their teams are very watchable. And take it from a person whose team is not very watchable right now.
Yeah, no, your team is definitely not.
When you're watching soccer in the morning, you really, really would like some excitement every once in a while and some goals.
Big game to start. Big game to start when you come back.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But so yeah, it's nice to see the top two teams up front. We got Arsenal kind of sitting where we expect Arsenal to be sitting.
5th.
Yeah, that's kind of like where they'll be for the next let's say 20 years.
Yeah.
And we got Burnley sneaking up.
Nice.
Watford's looking that decent too.
Yeah. So
and Newcastle, right where I picked them. How about that?
Nice. So yeah, everyone's kind of like lining up good.
Like the next 6 games. Right?
I think the most important battle right now is just between the Manchester squads and Tottenham. They look really, really good. Chelsea is like that tier below. They don't look as crisp unless they're playing against Darren Fletcher.
I got $1 says right now we finish at Tottenham. Something tells me that Tottenham is soft and they will fold up.
All right, we'll see how they go. We'll see how they do with because this might be the first year where they have to like actually care about international about the international leagues. Yeah, if they get out of this group play and they actually have to play on that, they'll probably lose.
I bet they find a way to knock it out of that group. Seriously,
you feel like they're going to Tottenham it up?
Yeah, I do. I don't know why. Because they've got guys. They've strengthened well.
I know
they got
why.
A real coach.
I know why you think it's because that's what they do. But I think the fact of the matter is just like after a while, like the young guys end up growing up and becoming fucking
Full-grown bros.
After enough losing, a bro transforms into a full-grown like bro man.
Right, and then they get signed by Chelsea.
I think this might be the year where where everyone becomes bro man, and like maybe they make a run and maybe they win something
And then
big.
they go out into the world and sign with Barcelona.
Yes, I think that's what happens. Is like this is the year where everyone plays up to their potential. No one gets hurt. No one rakes anybody's eye, and they make a crazy run, and then everyone goes off and gets paid.
Not a chance.
It's either this year or next year.
No, they're gonna fizzle out, and then everybody's still gonna go off and get
Because
paid.
let's not forget that Danny Rose is still is still coming back, and let's not forget that
Danny Rose is coming back, but he's gonna play for United.
they got to show that he's healthy first. So they're gonna like see what he's not getting picked up in January, so he'll be coming back. That's the best left wing. That's one of the best left backs out there. And then they're gonna Aurier is going to get his shit together. That back three works. Even if you don't pay, even if Alderweireld doesn't get paid, he wants to get paid next year, so he's going to play his dick off. They're sickened through the midfield. Christian Eriksen scoring goals, and Harry Kane, he can't not score fucking goals.
They haven't beat anybody.
But that's the thing is they haven't beat anybody, but they're going for the teams that they're not going to lose. They're not going to lose to anybody. They're not going to lose to, and the teams that they're going to beat. They're going to blow up. The goal differential is going to be fucking crazy because Harry Kane does nothing but score fucking between the 70th and the 90th minute against schmoes. Harry Kane can score 5 goals.
Dude,
I'm
we're
telling
gonna
you.
find out. We're going to find out.
Yeah,
They play Burnley this weekend, then they play Real Madrid, Liverpool, West Ham, United. And then I think Real Madrid again.
Yeah, so we'll see how this run goes. I feel like this is the year when the stars align and the bros will be excited. I don't want to admit that, but that's just kind of what I'm feeling in my heart of hearts. So
I don't know, bro.
I feel like the Wembley might become a candy again.
Yeah?
I don't know.
You think in a
Wembley
good way or a
curse?
bad way?
At the beginning, it was definitely a curse. I think they might actually.
You think they broke it?
Yeah, they might have slightly broken that, or
I
at
mean,
least
I was happy
gotten
that Chelsea played them right off the bat when that was still going because they played half a team and still fucking managed to screw that game up. So.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, they're still going to struggle against the squads that know how to play against them, but I think there's enough teams that they know how to beat that will help them.
There's a lot of teams down at the bottom where you're trying to figure out who drops past them so they don't go down. Is Bournemouth done? Swansea go finally? Leicester's down there. I think Everton and West Ham probably stay up.
Well, Crystal Palace is going for sure.
They're done.
No,
Yeah,
so
that's one. That's one. So I think Leicester stays up just because Crystal Palace is so bad.
Right. And there's more teams to play that
Yeah,
fall behind them.
I don't think that Leicester's going to be bad enough. They're not going to be worse than Swansea,
Right.
or Bournemouth.
Brighton probably goes down too.
Yeah. Brighton. I think Brighton too. I think Huddersfield has a little bit more of a team that's able to
They
kind
got
of.
that coach, man.
So yeah, we'll see how that shakes out. And leading into the big fixtures, everything else was pretty meh. For a couple weeks, the big marquee battle is Liverpool and United.
Crystal Palace and Chelsea.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'll be watching.
With is Batshuayi playing up front?
Absolutely. I hope it's Willian. I hope Willian starts up top.
Yeah, I bet
The
we'll see.
most disrespectful thing ever. Just we'll play with no strikers.
So we'll see. Who knows? Because Hazard's back, so they might move Hazard up and make him play a false 9. They did do that.
Yeah,
they did do that
let him
last
just
year.
stand around. He'd love it.
Yo, he would love it.
Just hey, I'll just stand here until you pass me the ball and I can shoot. Awesome.
So yeah, the marquee matchup though that everyone's probably wondering about is Liverpool Man United. That's the big one this week. My hopes are not high.
Where's the game?
It's at Anfield.
It's at Anfield.
Oh, you might. Oh, no, because Mourinho. But does Mourinho still go in and just choke the game out?
Well, Mane's out.
Oh
Yeah, Mane's gonna be out.
Who's
for
gonna
a
score
few
goals
weeks.
for you? Because
Mane's out.
Score
Mane's out 6 weeks with a hamstring pull, and there is a growing contingent of Klopp out fans.
That's crazy.
And I
What
feel
the fuck
like
are you gonna get?
I feel like this is going to be a trying couple weeks for them. Losing Mane, coming off the international break, they usually sleepwalk after international breaks. And Manchester United, they have injuries. There's no Pogba, no Fellaini.
But they're trucking people.
Lukaku's going to play. I think there's no Carrick. They have some injuries, but I'm not really. I feel like they're a much deeper squad than Liverpool. I'm not really looking forward to the front three being Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Firmino, and Salah. That does not inspire fear in anyone's hearts.
Dude, I don't know. So they play United at home. They play Mirabor in the Champions League, Spurs away, then Huddersfield and Mirabor again. Like, you got to win all those games except for maybe Saturday. I don't know. Maybe you're going to give Tottenham a game.
We got to hope so. This is like the thing about Liverpool is the fact that like they need their best squad out there at all times. And losing Mane is a pretty big loss. And I don't know what they do. They pull Sturridge up, so now you're getting Sturridge is getting more minutes, which can lead to him being hurt. It's kind of like, and you're gonna have to play these guys because you have that Champions League game that you have to win.
Right. No, they do have to win that because they fucked up when they were in Moscow.
Yeah, they lost all. They don't really have it.
I finally saw that goal that Karius gave up, the free kick.
It's trash.
Oh, that was terrible.
It's trash, bro.
Like even in the telecast, they're like, that's not exactly in the corner.
No, it wasn't.
Not even close.
So how do you feel about this that Man United Liverpool matchup?
I think United wins. I think they're just trucking people.
Yeah, me too.
I hope he doesn't go in and just try and win the game 1-0 because they probably could just smash Liverpool. I'd like to see a nice 3-2 game.
It doesn't matter because if he tries to choke the life out of the game, he's just going to put Marshall on with like 75 minutes to go, and Marshall's going to have 3 assists and
right. Or they'll just score a couple goals off corner kicks.
Marshall is like he's just this bolt of energy that's coming off the bench, and like all he does is just like, okay, I'm dribbling at you one-on-one. I know you've been on here for an hour already, but now deal with all this fucking tricky shit.
Now I'm going to eat you alive.
And it's crazy because Rashford abuses you, but in a much different way than Marshall does.
And then he comes in and it's like a change of pace.
Exactly, but it's still quick.
Yes.
Like where Marshall's just like, where Rashford's kind of just like crazy ass runs and like a lot of like real like long loping moves.
Like you better chase me. You better chase me.
Like slashing. Whereas
Martial's like, I got the ball.
What are you gonna do?
Right.
With your fucking rubbery ass legs trying to keep up. And
Mourinho sorted that shit out where it's just like, how am I gonna play both of you? I understand now. I will play both of you. And you'll just rotate. One of you is going to get 15 minutes. The other one's going to get 75, and that's it. That's your spot.
Exactly.
And I don't like it. Say something on Instagram and I'll get rid of you.
I think that's the key. And let's not forget that, where is Jesse fucking Lingard?
He's riding the bench, man.
As a Liverpool fan, I would love to have Jesse Lingard.
Ooh. Yeah. That would be nice.
That would look good.
I would love to, and this is a dude that's not getting any fucking run on Manchester United.
At all.
So that's what makes me nervous, is the fact that our squad is so thin and they have dudes that like people wish they could have that are just chilling.
Mourinho doesn't fuck around though. That's how he does that shit. He goes too deep in every spot.
He does. He goes too deep, and he tells them, listen, I need this money, and if you don't give me this money,
it's not going to work out.
Exactly.
And then he tells the players when they get there, like, check it out. You're the starter. You're the fucking backup. You got a problem? Talk about it.
Where I feel like Jurgen has fallen in love with
all the bros.
He's fallen in love with his players a little bit too much to think outside the box. They're like. The fact that Lovren hasn't been upgraded.
He's not ruthless enough where it's just like, get this guy out of here. Give me somebody else.
Unless you're Mamadou Sakho. Which is
then it's
well,
like,
I will circle back to
fuck
that.
Out of here.
So, yeah, I think that this week and then the other, there's a bunch of other matchups that I guess I'm going to watch them, but like I wouldn't implore anybody else to watch them unless they really, really want to watch Premier League soccer.
We're going to see Chelsea's B- squad, see if they can still score 5-6 goals on Palace.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going down.
I hope so, because that would be bad if we get in the. I can't handle any more soccer disappointments this week, so they have to win that game.
Exactly.
I can't handle another shot.
Can Crystal Palace fire another manager after 4 weeks? I think
hell yeah they can.
I think it's going to happen. I feel
when
like
you go down in flames.
There's going to be another manager for Crystal Palace by the time the year's.
What will happen first? Manager gets fired, or they score a goal.
Oh shit! Mario bringing that spice. Mario's sassy.
No, we're definitely giving up 2 goals on.
He had that bitch in the chamber too. He was trying to get it. He couldn't wait to unload that one. Damn, Roy. So yeah, the week after that, it's Tottenham and Liverpool, which we kind of discussed already. I'm nervous. Bros scare me, especially bros in packs. The only thing that's really good is the fact that like Tottenham's not wearing collared shirts this year. It would look too much like a Tiki Torch rally.
Yeah, that's next year.
Yeah, now he's gonna bring those back. So yeah, And same with it. Next week, there's going to be a bunch of matches that, like, I'm sure that there'll be a ton of goals, but we can't predict anything. The matchups are not that exciting.
No.
So now let's run the League One real quick. Let's see what the table is. And just as we suspected, when you spend a lot of slave dollars, you get a lot of slave rewards.
That's right. Paris Saint-Germain up top. No one's catching them.
Looking
Monaco's
clear.
only 3 back. Marseille is 3 back of them. Doesn't matter. I mean, I'm just worried about where our boy Balotelli is.
Yeah. Nice is they're still trying to get their shit together. They're 10th.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what we'd expected. It's Paris Saint-Germain and Monaco up top. And that's how it's probably going to finish. I don't expect Marseille to stay there.
Yeah.
Big matches for this week is Lyon and Monaco. Mm-hmm. That should be a good one. There should be a lot of goals in that. Get to see that cocksucker Dimitri Payet.
Yeah.
So if you want to egg his car, you know where it'll be.
It'll be in Monaco
For sure. And then we have PSG Dijon, and that's
playing some mustard.
Yeah, that's the only. And the reason why I put that matchup on there is because Dijon they're trash. And when Paris Saint-Germain plays a trash team, that's when saucy shit's going to happen.
Yeah.
So pay attention to the set pieces. Pay attention to
what's going on the bench.
See if they freeze out. If they freeze out Cavani like Jordan in the All-Star game.
We'll see who's invited to whose birthday party.
Exactly. And then the week after that, you got Marseille versus PSG.
And I would love to just see a fight.
Oh, goodness.
Because those teams hate each other. And even if they're going to just get trucked by PSG, at least give us a fight.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely see that it's definitely going to get kind of chippy. So back into Pat's second favorite league, the Bundesliga.
Yeah, which is very strange to see the standings with Dortmund 5 points clear of Bayern Munich. But that's good. That's good for the league. That's good for neutrals. That's good for soccer. Like, seeing Bayern up there all the time is like Juventus in Italy, and it sucks. So even if Bayern does chase them down, that's cool. At least they got to chase somebody down.
Yeah, I'm hoping that at least Dortmund can hold on to this lead
through Christmas.
Yeah, through the Christmas break. So then it could be a mad dash.
That's a nice game between Leipzig and Dortmund this week.
Yeah, that's going to be. I don't always watch Fox Sports 1, but I will because. Yeah, that's going to be a matchup. There's if there's not goals in that, and if hopefully Timo Werner's ears are better. Hopefully it's not too noisy.
Is that going to be a Dortmund? Let's check that out real quick.
I'm going to be checking out, and also I'm going to be checking out Keita because.
Oh, it totally is. Yeah, he's definitely not going to play, man. It's going to be way too loud in the stadium, bro.
Too much.
Yep, and if you're a Liverpool fan, you can check out Naby Keita, who's going to be a part of our midfield once we lose Coutinho and Emre Can. So
that'll be awesome.
Yeah. And then Bayern plays. They play Freiburg, which is not really impressive except for the fact they have a new manager.
Yeah.
See if James even gets to make the bench.
Doubt it.
And then you spend 90 minutes watching James's face bench reactions.
I hope
as he tries to figure out what everyone around him is saying.
Yeah, I hope we get a James face.
Then the next week, nothing to really look forward to unless you're a really, really big fan of the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
Let's check out Serie A and also another.
Disturbing, yeah. Napoli is first, and Juventus and Inter Milan are tied at second with 19 points. Roma and Lazio behind them, and then Torino, former home of Joe Hart.
Oh yeah.
And Milan behind them. They're all kind of packed together. That's good for the league too. It's good to see the two teams from Milan back in the mix. The two Rome teams are in the mix. That's good. That's the big boys. They need that in the league.
Yeah, I hope it stays this way just because I know that if Juve is in second going into the winter, they're going to spend a shit ton of money in January, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. But they're still getting they're still trying to rejigger their team after losing Bonucci and bringing in those new pieces. I think that they'll get it figured out.
They'll win the league.
Yeah. It's Juve.
Big games in the league, though.
Yeah, it's going to be a real good week. It's like one of the only leagues that has something. If you can deal with beIN Sports, you might want to be watching beIN Sports.
It's going to be fun.
The Milan derby is going to be a really fucking good game because Inter's got half a new team and Milan's still got a full new team. Mm-hmm. Roma Napoli is a good game, and then Juve Lazio is a good game too. So that's 3 real games in the league right off the jump, which is cool because when those big teams are playing each other in Italy, that's actually pretty watchable. When they're playing fucking Bologna or something like that, no, that's not even worth taking a nap to.
No. That's
just, I'll pass.
That's when you just watch the weekend extra and just see what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, give me that in about 80 seconds.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's good to see. I'll definitely be watching Inter and AC Milan. So That's good, and then a week following is Napoli, Inter. So that's why it's good to have like 5-6 good teams in the league because you get some more real matchups. So
Yeah. Looking forward to that. In La Liga, more of the same. It's it's Barca up top. They came out basically gangbusters this year. I think they're perfect so far.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
7-0.
so they don't need Neymar and they don't need Dembele. They just need Messi.
Yeah.
Messi and Suarez right
That's
now.
a real game off the jump too. Is Atletico Madrid and Barcelona? So
Yeah, it's kind of like one of the outside of like the fact that like Valencia's playing really well and there's a bunch of teams in La Liga playing well. This is kind of like the first real matchup between the classic
It's at Atletico
powers.
Yeah.
Is that new stadium yet?
Yeah.
So-
That was Chelsea opened the Champions League there, and they just opened that whatever that was in September.
So yeah, that'll be a great little beIN Sports, and I'm sure it'll be on 90 and 30 if you
if you don't want to watch
if you
the
don't
full
watch
game.
the full game.
Yeah, get that in 30 minutes.
The week after that is a pretty meh.
Yeah.
It's some bum sauce. So
Speaking of bum sauce,
yeah. So this is going to be we're gonna bring Mario in. He's our kind of our American connoisseur. We are back with the America's first MLS minute. Make America great again, 1 minute at a time. You hear those Eagles?
Beautiful.
You hear those Eagles? That's what we're doing out here.
guns, Eagles, freedom. That's what this is all about.
That's exactly what it's all about.
That's what the MLS is all about. All right, what do you want to talk about?
Look at here. Don't you hear that automatic? You hear that chopper in the background?
No, man, I don't even hear that anymore because we're in America and you can shoot your gun wherever you want.
It's true.
Eagles, son.
Eagles, son.
Nick on the boards right there with the Eagles in the background. I loved it.
Eagles, son.
So yeah, what do you want to bring to the table today?
It was more or less our Lord and Savior from Italy, Andrea Pirlo, retiring.
Oh man,
Oh, he's done playing defense on set pieces.
Yeah, unfortunately.
lazy set piece man.
Just holding on to the post like it's
boy.
his wife.
So where's he?
boy.
So where's he going now? He's going back to Italy.
No, he's
Yeah,
done.
with that
I think he's
hot-ass
done.
wife.
I think
He's
I
gonna be
heard.
in his vineyard.
I think I heard that it,
You know
maybe,
he's got a vineyard
Oh, yeah.
too. Like you know
Oh,
he
he
definitely
does.
does.
maybe working with the national team at some weird. He'll just be the dude wearing turtlenecks around the pitch.
I heard a crazy one.
What's that?
They want to bring him on the staff at Chelsea. That's no bullshit either.
Oh yeah, to hang with. Yeah.
That's no bullshit either.
man.
They're going to get him one of those full body tattoos so he can stay tan when it gets cold out.
Yeah.
And then he's just going to chill.
He's down, especially if he can wear a white turtleneck. I feel like that's him.
That just makes me.
the way.
That just makes me miss his hair now.
Man,
It's
no, but
just
you know he's going to let
weird.
that rage though. No, that would be funny. I don't know. He's not going to coach the defense. I don't know what the fuck's he going to coach.
Cheers.
He'll probably just be around.
He'll just hang out with. He'll just
cash checks.
He'll just play like fucking horse with like trick shots with Cesc Fabregas.
That's it. Because Seth doesn't play defense. And he probably doesn't even
He'll
train
just
anymore.
spend the whole practice like trying to hit obscure things.
That
on
would be
pitch.
the worst mentor for Cesc Fabregas. Just like to have somebody around to show him, to like accelerate him being lazy and not do anything.
And this is how I play defense. I stop
I get away with it for 7 years.
and then I don't move.
And later I get the ball and I pass.
Well, that's been longer than a minute. You got anything else?
Kaká also going to be now he had actually a press conference this morning. He's saying he's not quite retiring, but he's not going to play for Orlando.
He
Okay, so-
knows the Orlando SWAT team. too.
Because he did say he's just like I get hurt every game and it's painful.
Nice. I feel.
Being old, man, I feel the same way.
So I can see the same. I definitely see Kaká not retiring. I can definitely see him doing the Ronaldinho circuit where he plays remember when Ronaldinho would play like 10 games in Mexico?
Yeah, bringing it all back home.
He went to Brazil back and then went to Mexico.
Yeah, with like
weirdly.
a belly.
and
Now we're gonna see like
I swear to
Kaká
God,
with a little
I
belly.
swear to God, Ronaldinho's playing like 5-a-side, like futsal.
Yes.
barefoot in India right now. I swear to God.
I guarantee
What is he
it.
doing right now? Can
I
we
heard-
look that up?
I actually
Where
think-
in the fuck is he right now?
I think I heard at one point he was saying that he would be available to play for the Brazilian national futsal team. Like
Obviously.
like, he totally could.
I'd call his ass up too.
You know, Ryan Giggs played futsal like last summer. He was
I
playing.
believe that. But Ryan Giggs is like in like the best shape you can be in
Yeah,
for
I
like a
know. I know
41-year-old.
what you mean.
He's not like just raging
Yeah,
at all times like Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho is definitely. He's got like so much alcohol in the back of his ponytail,
Doesn't
I feel like he just pours it on himself.
he doesn't even drink it. He just buys
Yeah,
a
he
bottle
just
and just pours
pours
it
it
on himself and just rides out with it.
Do we know, is Ronaldinho playing for anybody
No,
right
he's
now?
not. He's not playing.
I don't know where I saw that, but I swear to God, he's playing somewhere in India.
He just plays like
not even like pro soccer. I think
he usually just plays in like a charity match.
Yeah, so if we want to have a charity match right now, we could definitely get Ronaldinho. So yeah, that's our America's First Minute. I hope you guys were, we're open carry podcast, so there's always going to be machine guns, and there's always going to be fucking eagles.
Always eagles.
And there might be a fucking seagull. You never know what you're going to fucking hear out here, son.
But they're open carry seagulls, so look out.
Oh, man. Ooh. Gotta love it.
So I hope that seagull's okay.
So let's bookend. Let's end this show on a high note with what the fuck, bro.
Yeah, a U.S. men's national team.
Yeah, this
edition of
Let's do this again.
What the fuck, bro?
What the fuck, bro?
All right, who's first?
Bruce Arena's first, man.
Yo, I mean, what the fuck, man? What the fuck was at the post-game press conference? Still smug to the end.
Yeah, what are you doing so calm after this, bro?
Nothing is wrong. We're not doing anything wrong.
I just can't get it, man. Like,
we just didn't get a result on the day. No, Bruce, you haven't been getting results for months.
No, you had that one match where when he first came in, everyone was like, "Yeah, we're back." And
because everyone was trying so hard just to spite Klinsmann.
Exactly, and then now
they're going to try hard just to spite him.
I know it's pretty fucking terrible. You need to go back to the MLS where you like. I guess I don't want to say where you belong because that sounds like super like it just
it's where he like
it is where
fits.
he belongs.
That's the level.
It is where
that's the level where he should be at. I've never seen someone like he didn't seem out of his depth. He just seemed like he didn't give a fuck.
He doesn't give a fuck.
And he doesn't.
Here's the funniest part about yesterday, and I had not heard this at all since he'd been hired, and they just dug that shit back up. He got hired and it was like, yeah, that's right. Bruce did bring us to the 2002 World Cup quarterfinals. Yeah, he's really great. He qualifies all the time. Yeah. As soon as they get eliminated, they're like, last time we saw that motherfucker, we got eliminated in the group stage in 06. Like, nobody said anything about that. Like, everybody had just forgot that he coached, and then all of a sudden they just dug that shit up on last night. They were just like, that's right, he couldn't do it last time either.
But let's not forget that dude, like, that's the American way. It's to just like
build people up and then bury them
with the same information that you already had from the beginning.
Hell yeah,
yeah. So that's perfectly like what the fuck, Bruce. I know you want I know it's a check and you took the check and you were probably planning on doing this all along.
Yeah,
but
still,
what the fuck, man? Trinidad and Tobago, like I would have rather had you shit the bed against Panama and then like
just try and score like a million goals. I don't know. Fuck him. He's done anyways. Don't have to deal with him anymore.
Exactly. He is definitely done.
Next.
What the fuck, Michael Bradley?
Yo.
You see his interview after?
I did not see that. I would have been heated.
Super complaining. It's just like,
of course.
It was just super difficult, man. We were just behind the eight ball.
Michael Bradley is such a little bitch.
No,
like the fact that he's the captain of the team is one of the main problems. Like, dude, that guy is such a punk bitch.
He does not lead, does he? No.
He's such a bitch.
I feel like he feels like he leads by example, but his example is to just not do much.
To be a whiny little bitch.
To hit 50-yard goals only once.
Yeah. Yeah, once every that one time. Yeah. You know how I feel about him. I fucking hate that guy.
I'm not trying to equate him to Messi, but when you're a captain of a squad and like you're in like
dog.
Why was he not just grabbing
people and
just
why was he not people's faces?
Why did he not turn into Jameis Winston? I
seriously,
feel everyone needs to have a Jameis Winston moment if you're a captain,
seriously.
And like especially in that situation, you're like, yo, listen, we're not fucking losing to Trinidad and Tobago,
and he can't do that.
We're at least drawing.
They don't have anybody on the team right now to do that.
No,
if anything, Pulisic was getting in people's fucking faces.
Yeah, and then everyone's like, yo, fuck this 19-year-old.
Right.
So
and he's like, really, we'll see, because all of you are done.
Exactly. So, yeah, farewell, Michael Bradley.
Better not see that motherfucker anymore.
Yeah, this what the fuck, bro, is like, I never want to see you again.
Unfortunately, the next one, continuing, is Tim Howard.
If I see Michael Bradley in the street, I'm giving a wedgie on sight, son.
Yeah, dude, get
atomic wedgie on sight.
Get him.
But he's probably one of those dudes that wears jeans and no underwear because he's creepy like that.
Doesn't matter. Get him.
Fucking jeans wedgie. Timmy.
Oh, Timmy Howard.
What the fuck, Tim?
Timmy Howard.
His feet doesn't move as quick.
Tim Howard is 87 years old, okay? Tim Howard had no business playing goalie. The real what the fuck bro here is for Klinsmann and the other dude that he had coaching all the younger teams. and
not developing a goalkeeper yet.
how in the fuck do we not have another goalie? Why?
How old is Tim Howard?
Why is 91-year-old Tim Howard
I
playing
want to say at
goalie?
least 36.
Tim Howard is that old dude who keeps working out and staying in shape, so you think
38.
he's younger than he actually is.
Yeah.
I look like I'm 32 years old,
Yeah.
but bro, your
Yeah.
bones
Yeah.
and your hand-eye coordination
But dog,
is
you're
40
not.
years
Yeah,
old.
You're not. So it's not Tim Howard's fault that he's old.
Those are 40-year-old feet you got, bro.
People get fucking
You
old.
couldn't backpedal to get one hand
It's-
onto that fucking that ball from distance.
But that's the problem, is that the only other guy they had was Brad Guzan, so fucking 95-year-old Tim Howard had to be the guy.
You can always put Nick Romando.
Dude.
Both, even Omar Gonzalez's goal. When you see a ball over your head and you're a goalie and the first noise you make is,
Oh, and he totally did.
You're
because
done, bro.
It's like, yeah, dude, you couldn't stretch for that, but that's because you didn't shuffle your feet for like 3 more steps and just catch
exactly.
that.
If you sound like how I sound getting out of a small car when you're trying to save a goal, you shouldn't be on our fucking national team, bro.
Then again, like, why was he so far up when the ball's that close to him anyway?
Yo, he
I
probably
couldn't see how far away it was.
He probably still thought he had it, and then he's like, "Whoa, no,
Oh,
His back got tight.
I got a little twinge.
His hammies got tight, and all he could do was a half dick jump. It's super sad.
Probably felt his back crack.
I'll never forget that Belgium game. I appreciate everything you did, Tim Howard.
Tim Howard's an American hero. Tim Howard and Clint Dempsey are fucking warriors. They're just wore out.
Yeah.
They're fucking old.
I just
They're
wish
wore
that
out.
we could have just been like, yo, Tim Howard went out on his shield. He did not go out on his
No,
shield.
bro.
He he went out.
Friendly fire.
Yes.
Like Tim Howard was killed by friendly fire, and he did not
Exactly.
deserve that.
He was killed by friendly fire, signaling his position.
Yeah, like Tim Howard did not deserve to go out like this, but he's a warrior, so he just did.
Tim Howard fell on a landmine because he shit his pants and he was pulling his pants up.
He was just trying to take a dump.
He suffered an embarrassing undressing by Trinidad and Tobago.
Bonus round. I mean, how about Omar Gonzalez? I better never see him again.
No. Don't want to see. There's a number of dudes I don't want to see again. I don't want to see that dude. What's the creepy face dude that plays in Germany?
Fabian Johnson?
Michael Chandler.
Oh, Chandler.
Timmy Chandler.
Timmy
Oh, yeah,
Chandler.
Timmy Chandler is creepy.
Never want to
he's
see
a-
his creepy
No,
ass
Timmy
again.
Chandler can
His,
never
his
get a
FIFA
team
card.
again.
Just that
No,
face.
yeah. Never
Timmy
want to see
Chandler
that
is
man
creepy.
again.
No, can't see Timmy. Can't see that the Ginger Dixon again.
No, can't see Ginger Dicks. Can't see Fellhaber ever again.
Oh, yeah,
Can't see.
he's got to be done.
I can't see. Don't ever want to see Brad Guzan.
Bedoya. No, can't
Never
see
want to
Guzan
see
either.
Bedoya. If you bring me Chris Wondolowski
I swear to God.
one more fucking time,
I want the head of Chris Wondolowski.
if we cannot replace Chris Wondolowski in the next 4 goddamn years,
we have to cancel the program.
I'm moving to Canada.
Just wait watch the roster for the next Gold Cup, and then you just see his name.
goddamn,
Oh,
the
man.
best striker in Canada and United States is Kyle Lauren right now. That's disgusting.
Jesus.
If you don't like. I want to see Breck Shea
We're out of
before I
brew
see.
here.
If I see DeMarcus Beasley,
Oh my God.
suit up
Oh, man.
one more
He's
goddamn
gotta
time.
go. What about up top, bro?
I just want like a Mike Francesca. I felt like Mike Francesca right there, except
Yeah.
for I wasn't racist enough. I didn't drive. I didn't. No, but
What about up top, bro?
I can see Bobby Wood again.
I would like to see Bobby Wood again.
He's
Yeah.
okay. I'd keep him.
Josie, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, bro. And I don't think they have anybody to replace him.
No, so Josie will welcome you back
Yeah,
when you're.
we're gonna see him again because we're gonna need him to play. Like
He's gonna be
one
like a
out of every-
Beasley.
One out of
But
every.
the thing
6
is,
games.
it's like Josie Altidore is what he's 29 right now. So imagine like coming back and being in that fold 4 years later. 33 years old. He's West Indian. When you're West Indian and you get in your 30s, you put some weight on. So now you're gonna have a husky
You're gonna have
Josie
oh,
Altidore playing up front.
dog.
That's what you want? You want a husky West
I don't
Indian
want that.
dude?
I'm saying,
Like
I don't
leading
want
your
that at all.
line?
I'm with you. I hope we never see him again, but he's definitely coming back.
Eating 4 Jamaican beef patties
Dom
and then
Dwyer-
going out into the
Dom
going
Dwyer
out-
is not ready.
and Dom Dwyer's 5'5", so like let's be real. Yo,
I think we just threw out like 90% of the squad.
Yo,
More or less.
everybody can get it. I got to keep Jeff Cameron because even though he's a bigot, he's
Yeah.
good at what he does.
Him and Brooks got to stay. Johnson's got to stay. Yedlin stays. Pulisic stays.
Nagby, you could say.
Nagby stays.
Maybe it's his make or break for Nagby.
Everybody else, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So yeah,
Timmy Chandler.
I think that
Fuck out of here.
I think that calls it, man. I think we're gonna spend the next 2 weeks watching high school soccer and like trying to recruit dudes.
I think that's the logical next step is we got to start scouting.
Yeah, so the next podcast is going to be all about the Oakland County up and comers, the 50 best players in Oakland County.
Yeah,
I think that's what we're going to do next.
The 50 best under 15.
Yeah,
like it.
exactly.
Come to my high school. They're undefeated right now.
We will.
We probably won't.
We'll see this weekend.
All right.
Maybe we'll think about that.
Yeah, all right.
So yeah, that's another thrilling installment of the set piece. Hopefully,
The U.S. Men's National Team edition.
hopefully Alex
First and
Morgan
last.
keeps her nose clean.
I'm just trying to have fun.
I miss Hope Solo, so it was kind of good, like bringing somebody else
I
in.
know.
Hope Solo's.
Let's remember to do that. Let's check in with Hope Solo.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll
Top
note
of the
that.
Spice report.
Yeah, we'll make sure we know what she's up to. We'll follow.
Hope she's hanging out with Neymar.
We'll follow all her social media and just pull some really good nuggets to discuss. We'll bring her back into the fold. We'll talk about. We'll see if I've slipped my wrists over Liverpool and that
don't do
run.
that. There's always next year.
We'll get into it. So thanks for being with us. I hope that Mario was a welcome addition. He will get even less and less nervous each time.
Shout out to Mario.
Shout out to Mario.
Shout out to Chest Hair Mike. Shout out to Gene Wedgies.
Yes, Gene Wedgies coming your way.
We're coming for you, Michael
Yo,
Bradley.
if you're a gross motherfucker not wearing underwears with jeans, you're getting wedgies. Straight up. Shout out to Nick on the boards, man.
Definitely. Shout out to Podcast Detroit.
Yeah, Podcast Detroit, Sports Radio Detroit. We're going to close it out. Thanks.
I got hella racks in my safe, gas stars in my race. I got stripper hoes, snort and blow, dancing at my place. I got hella pounds from the plug that I'm about to face. 3-6 Mafia, probably fuck your mama. Back in '98.